Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes, of course, here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo and Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up those football guys. Wake up there, guys. Wake up. I know you're getting dusty. I need to dust y'all. I'm going to take care of you guys. Hope you guys are doing great on this Thirsty Thursday. Can you believe that February is almost in the books? Literally, it is almost March. The first 2 months of 2021 are almost gone. And we're about to get knee deep into the off season here, where all of a sudden it's going to get exciting. This off season, I think, is going to be more exciting than anything else. In fact, it already has been. So right now, we are still in the first week of teams being able to franchise tag players. Thus far, nobody has been tagged, and I think teams are trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do, who they're going to do, and trying to get these deals and stuff done, and that's no different for the Dallas Cowboys as well as Dak Prescott. Now, we've heard all different kinds of things. We've heard one person speculate that the Cowboys should offer him a 6-year deal. A 6-year deal. Because of course that'll work. Last year the Cowboys won at 5, Dak won at 4. Couldn't get a deal done, so let's put another year on it, and that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I don't see it working out that way. I just don't. If Dak wants to have a piece of that pie, he's already gotten the first year, you could say, of that 5-year deal that the Cowboys are trying to get. So at most, I don't see how you get 4. To me, in my mind, I've been thinking 3 would be what Todd France would want, because he's looking at that window down the road. And let's be honest here. The last 6-year deal that was signed by an NFL quarterback was Matty Ice. Yeah. From that point forward, it ended up being basically 5-year or less. Hell, Kirk Cousins signed a 3-year with a 2-year extension on it. So that doesn't quite work. Now, the funny thing is there's so much speculation. Like yesterday, Ed Warder, and this is where I say be careful, because there is so much speculation. Ed Warder said, well, the Cowboys have to consider drafting a quarterback, a 10. Yeah, okay. But that's his opinion. That's not coming from the Cowboys. It's not, coming from anybody who has any control or say over it. It's just speculation, as is all of these things right here. Now, I'll say, I'll put myself out on a limb. I dare say that the negotiations are going well. And the reason I say that is, I want you to think back to 2011, when the CBA was being done. Roger Goodell, DeMaurice Smith, doing battle on trying to get that done. So many times we heard about, negotiations are off. The NFL is not being reasonable. Be prepared for us to be locked out. And of course, the owners would come out. The NFLPA, they want too much. They're going to strike. And so they were trying to win this in the battle of public opinion. If you think back to Zeke Elliott's situation, Zeke who? And we're not going to reset the market for Zeke Elliott. We're not going to do it, right? It got ugly on that side. You saw Zeke, I'm going to Cabo. I ain't showing up. And so that battle happened right in front of us in the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion is still out there, but it's not being driven by either of the camps, not by Todd France, Dak Prescott, or his people. And it's not by the Cowboys. Therefore, they are talking together. That's a good thing if you are a fan of keeping Dak Prescott. So Mike Fisher, about 10 hours ago, last night, reported about Joel Corey, apparently a former agent, now I guess journalist, who basically said, here's what I think will happen. And who knows what's going to happen. He thinks that the offer on the table would be a 3-year, $124.6 million deal. Now let's go through and break this down as he has it right now. He doesn't think it gets done, but this is what I think gets proposed. Signing bonus of $60 million. Guaranteed money. So this whole thing is guaranteed at $124.5 million. Fully guaranteed at signing, $100 million. And overall dollars, $124.5 million. 3 years, average year per year, 41.5. Stop right there. Stop. Here's what drives me crazy. What drives me crazy is you mother humpers out there that no matter what happens with Dak Prescott, you are the glass half full guy. And what I mean about this is no matter what Dak Prescott does, there's a reason why it happened and it wasn't him. Team wins game. Oh, it's the offensive line. It's Zeke Elliott. Dak's just a bus driver. Cowboys are winning games. Being basically kind of like a West Coast offense, where it's predicated on shorter passes and ball control. Dink and dunk, dink and dunk. I had never heard them say dink and dunk about Joe Montana because basically that's what the West Coast offense is predicated on. Short passes, giving the player the ball in places they can make plays. It is. He dinked and dunked his way to the Hall of Fame and multiple Super Bowls. But yet, with Dak Prescott, that was deemed a bad thing. So then your running back isn't able to play as well, as effective. You start throwing the ball more. In fact, you have 3 games in 5 games. 3 games where you throw for over 450 yards in 5 games. An NFL record. Oh, you can't count that. That's garbage time yards. It doesn't mean anything. It's funny. The fact that they use that term, garbage time. Garbage time. Dak is the only guy that they use that on. Garbage time. You hear Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, and they were 4-12 last year. You think some of those yards last year would have been garbage time by definition of what they put out there? You think with Drew Brees having some of the worst defenses in New Orleans history there for some of his years where they went 5 years of 7-9, do you think some of those yards may have been garbage time yards in his NFL record? Do you think Matty Ice, who's always been, all offense and the defense stinks, do you think, and not a great record, do you think some of those yards might have been garbage time? Even the great Peyton Manning had a lot of years where the team was just bad. Put up a lot of numbers. Those might be garbage time. But yet, Dak Prescott is the only one that we look at and say, no, you can't do that. We've seen quarterbacks all over the place get contracts, and people don't blink an eye. We hear Josh Allen. He'll be getting a contract in the 40s. We don't hear that that's going to hamstring the team. We don't hear that you can't play a quarterback 15% of the cap. We don't hear any of those things. Only Dak Prescott. So let me go back to this contract because I know what you guys are saying. Man, you can't pay a quarterback that kind of money and everything else. And here's what I've been saying for quite a while. Listen, you can manipulate the money however you want to. I keep saying be forward looking and saying you're in the middle of a pandemic that's getting better, that won't last forever. And eventually all these new resources of money, a 17th game, gambling money, new television contract where we're putting a gun to the head of the networks and saying, we want you to pay double. All those things are going to be in place. You get through this year, it's gravy after that. So let's break this down. The key points in this, okay? And basically you're talking about a fully guaranteed contract. And how this works. And part of this, I think more than anything else, is I don't think that Dak Prescott wants to screw the team to the point where they can't win. I don't think that that's the case. I don't think Dak Prescott's just saying, take the money out, all of it. Yeah, I don't think he's doing that. I honestly don't believe that he's just trying to rob the Cowboys, especially since he hasn't been paid before. I think this is more about respect. And I don't think the Cowboys want to say, Dak, you're trash and we don't want to pay you and screw you. They are looking at it from the other side of it. Nobody wants to pay more. I mean, okay, we all haggle when we go buy a car. We don't ever say, you know what, you got a family and a wife and kids and stuff, so you know what, I'm not going to try and get a discount. I'm going to pay sticker price for it. So that way you can get the full commission. Even though I don't have any, I'm broke. I can't pay my bills. Okay. I want you to have, nobody does that. Nobody does it. Everybody haggles. Doesn't matter if you're a broke ass like me, or if you're Jerry Jones, you're going to haggle. So I don't think this is a matter of either side not wanting to do something malicious to the other. It's business. Nothing personal. It's only business. And I think more than anything else, this needs to be respect. Kirk Cousins, he can say, hey, I was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Didn't do shit with it, but I was the highest paid. But it was fleeting. It's somebody saying, we love you, we believe in you, we got you. And I think more than anything else, if Dak can have those things to go away with and say, hey, they showed me I was the top guy. So, guaranteed money. Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan got $94.5 million fully guaranteed. So that would check off the box. Dak would have more money guaranteed than Matty Ice. Russell Wilson had $65 million as the biggest signing bonus in history. Okay, you can check off the box on that one. Dak Prescott would have the biggest signing bonus. So he could say, hey, I got the biggest signing bonus when I signed. I got more fully guaranteed money than Matty Ice. And the other part of this is there's a voidable year for reducing the cap hit. So here's the thing on this. I want you to understand this. So you check off the box and say, you got more guaranteed money. You got the biggest signing bonus, Dak. You're getting $41.5 million a year. It's a 3-year deal. These are all the things that Dak Prescott wants. But you're like, but wait, Cowboys, the fuck, man? You're like,
bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. What's in it for me? Well, here's the thing. Here's the good part of this. This deal, the cap number for Dak Prescott for the first year would be $17 million. $17 million. That's $20.7 million less than the franchise tag. That's $20.7 million that you don't have to come up with to pay him on your cap. That gets his number well below that 13% threshold that we've heard about. You can't pay that no team that's paid more than 13% of the cap to the quarterback has won a Super Bowl, takes care of it. And then this means that you can do things in free agency. Now, understand this. This would take the Dallas Cowboys literally giving in to everything on Dak Prescott. They don't get the long-term deal that they want. They end up paying him the second highest amount of money, and they end up having a lot of guaranteed money. Last year, they wanted a 5-year, $35 million average contract. They like long contracts. See Zeke Elliott. This is $41.5 million. Second most in the NFL. And then 3 years from now, you got to go through it again. But in getting this whole fatigue done and over with, and keeping flexibility for the team to be able to make moves, to get your quarterback to be happy about being here, when you look at the landscape of quarterbacks, I dare say that what the Rams did cost them more. Getting rid of Jared Goff after all the draft picks that they put into getting that guy, then having to trade 2 number ones and a 3 to get an aging quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who is yet to win a playoff game, with a Hall of Fame wide receiver, with 3 All-Pros on a defense. And they're going to have to do his contract over this year probably. It would behoove them to do it this year because there's 2 years left on it, and you don't want to wait till after the new money comes. This is not costing you a single draft pick. You have a guy that you know works with the pieces you have. There's no learning curve. And in another offseason where it's going to be virtual reality OTAs, having Dak Prescott ahead of schedule on his ankle, having a football field in his backyard, knowing all of the players will be able to get you further ahead than if you say, let's draft a rookie. Let's see what we can do with that guy. Because what you could be headed for is what happened with our defense. A learning curve, coming in a complete disaster and literally starting over. Now, I know the haters out there will say this is ridiculous, but hey, maybe somewhere between the 6-year deal that one guy was proposing and the 3-year deal, they find some middle ground and they work it out where everybody goes away feeling good. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Got work to do in the workshop. And of course, I'm reworking my whole man cave here. So it's going to be looking a little bit different than it did before. And I'm trying to get set up. I enjoy doing this. Let me be 100% clear. I absolutely positively love being here and talking with you guys. I love talking about the Cowboys. I am envious of guys like, Mike Fisher and things like that, that this is what they do for a living. I'm not hating, it's envious. I wish I had your position, but I've got a day job. But we're going to continue to keep trying to push the envelope and to be on the front leading on the things that we're doing, and redoing and remaking the whole set here is part of that. And we're going to try and make this special. We are working towards the draft. I've got 64 days, 10 hours, and 10 seconds to get it ready and done. And I will see you guys later.